Hey guys, it's Paul, and we are here with another Talking CJ video today. And in this video, we are going to talk about the differences between civil and criminal cases. Let's just start with defining what a civil case and a criminal case is. Civil cases are usually between two parties that are looking for some type of compensation. When you hear people say they're going to sue so-and-so, they're talking about a civil case. Some of the most common examples of civil cases is divorce, property damage, defamation of character, breach of contracts, and negligence resulting in injury or death, where you can be compensated for things such as like medical bills, funeral expenses, or anything like that. And in criminal cases, you do hear people getting charged with murder. Well, in civil cases, the sister of that is you can sue someone for wrongful death. In civil cases, you are found liable. You're not found guilty, usually in civil cases. And in criminal cases, it usually deals with the government against a party that has broken the law in some way and need legal punishment. These are brought on because you have committed a crime and broke the law. Some of the biggest examples are assault, murder, theft, and drunk driving. And in these cases, you are found guilty, not liable. So the people that can file are also a little bit different. Civil cases are filed by private parties. So this could be an individual, corporation, or something along those lines. It's usually against another private party, and you do not have the entitlement to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, you have to represent yourself. But in criminal cases, the government files the case. It's usually prosecuted by the state, but it can also be the whole country. And it's not the victim's responsibility to do anything with this case filing wise. It's usually filed against a private party, and they are entitled to an attorney. And if they can't afford one, one will be appointed to them. And the reason for filing is that this private party's behavior is illegal and considered harmful to society as a whole, which is why usually the state is who files the case against them. And their punishments are usually filed under felonies or misdemeanors. Now, the trial work actually does have quite a few similarities. Both are presented in front of a judge and can be presented in front of a jury. And in some states, they do have separate judges for criminal and just civil judges, but most states usually don't have different judges for each case. Now, when it comes to witnesses in civil cases, anybody can be called to be a witness. But in criminal cases, the defendant does have the right to not testify against themselves. Now, one of the biggest differences between criminal and civil cases is the standard of proof. In civil cases, they have to prove the preponderance of evidence. What this means is they only have to convince the jury that it was most likely happening. What that means is they have to just convince the jury that this most likely happened. So if you want to scale, they have to convince them at least 51% that it is possible what they're saying in court happened. Civil liability obviously does not have the type of consequences criminal cases have, so they do have a lower standard to prove their case because of this. In criminal cases, you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this happened. So if you're wanting a scale like 95%. And the burden of proof is higher in criminal cases because you're taking away someone's freedom. And in America, that is a very big deal. People very much value freedom here. So the thought of taking that from somebody, you have to be, like I said, like 95% sure that this happened, and to take their freedoms away by jail, probation, parole, prison, anything like that. Now, when it comes to jury trials, civil cases actually don't always have to have a jury. They're usually only a jury if it's a large monetary amount being filed. Other than that, most are just decided by the judge. And in civil cases, it doesn't have to be a unanimous vote. Now, in criminal trials, it is almost always in front of a jury. And due to the same reasons as the burden of proof, you have to have a unanimous vote. Now, the consequences in each do vary. Civil cases is usually just a monetary amount, or you're told to do or not to do something. But in criminal cases, you have a sentencing. You can have monetary penalties also, like fines or restitution for the victim, but you could be imprisoned or put on probation or parole. And usually it's a combination of some of these things. And now when it comes to appeals, anybody in a civil case can file an appeal. But in criminal cases, only the defendant can file the appeal. Now, can both of these be happening at the same time for the same event? The answer is yeah, actually it can. And it usually does. Usually when it comes to criminal cases such as murder or when harm is concerned, families will file civil cases against this person. Usually if it's a murder case, family will also file a wrongful death suit. For example, if someone is murdered, their family usually also files a wrongful death suit. And criminal cases don't really have a direct impact on the way civil cases will be presented either. The most famous one is O.J. Simpson. In criminal court, he was proven not guilty for the murder of his ex-wife. But in civil court, due to the burden of proof, he was actually found guilty of wrongful death. My dog Sadie's getting up here. Oh, well, she's going to be here for the rest of the video. So in civil court, it's to look to recover monetary damages such as like lost wages, medical bills, or damages resulting from the incident. But in criminal court, you are looking to prove this person committed a crime and give them consequences to their actions. And for the most part, that's why you see criminal and civil cases going at the same time for the same incident. So yeah, those are the main differences between civil and criminal courts. In some of the Crime-tober videos I'm going to be covering, you will hear two cases going on at once, and that was a big reason I wanted to film this. That way you guys kind of had a little bit of knowledge before listening to those cases, so it made a little bit more sense how they could do that and why they would file it into separate bodies of law. Comment below if you have any questions or if you have any differences you would like to share that maybe I didn't cover. And comment below if you have any other topics you would like me to cover in these Talking CJ videos. And please like and subscribe for me and hit that notification button. That way you're notified the next time I upload. And I'll see you next time.